Welcome to Tecmo Tuesday, and welcome to the conference championship of the 2006 NFL season. We're playing as the Oakland Raiders in the AFC title game, going up against the Indianapolis Colts. And then I'll also be simulating the NFC Championship between the Giants and the Rams that will follow that game. Just a quick little bit of housekeeping. All right, yeah, everybody is healthy, and there is nobody, in the starting lineup that shouldn't be. All the Twix and marbles. Well, not all of them. This pretty good amount of them, though, because this is leading into the Super Bowl. Win, lose, or draw. Well, there's no draws in the freaking playoffs, but win or lose, this is much farther, much further down the pipeline than the Raiders made it in the actual 2006 season. They won a whopping 2 games. In the entire season. It was the last time the Raiders had the number 1 overall pick, and they royally fucked that one up. Which is probably what's going to happen with them in this upcoming season because they have the number 1 pick. Incomplete, good defense. Not because they'll pick the wrong guy. I think that Mendoza is the right pick. They're just going to fuck up his development. His career is going to be fucked until he goes somewhere else. It's, I think the same thing with Genty. I think Genty's if he does anything of substance in the NFL, it will be with another team, kind of like in a Saquon Barkley type of fashion. Maybe he won't reach that level, but it'll be of that kind of ilk. Find a contender and they'll know how to fucking use you. Shit. All right, well, we gotta make some plays happen here. 3rd and long. Ah! He was open too. Why did you lead him so far out of bounds? I know it was across the field, but fuck, you did not need to chuck it. You didn't even need to go beyond the first down marker with the throw. Just get it to him and let him do something in space. And that's a touchback, unfortunately, because the coverage team got down there rather quickly, and I'm pretty confident they would have gotten a nice stop there if I punted to like the 5 or 6 or so, or, something like that. Ah, I did not dive! What the fuck? And now I'm slow as shit. It's Marvin Harrison. I mean, what are you gonna do? But I hate it when they do that. They make you die. I did not touch that goddamn button. Ugh. Alright, it's a nice freaking return. What the hell was with that guy in the way upper left-hand corner right there? Just... he was running in the crowd, literally. Like, almost beyond the crowd. Alright, Lamar, you big dummy. Making people miss. And it's going to be 1st and goal. Which is one of the more difficult things to do anything with. There's such a tight space. Oh, come on, shake him off. Damn it. I might have been able to shake him off if his partner didn't come in and help him out. Oh, no. He got it, though. Diving catch while a defender was there waiting for it. And that throw, it did not go as... It went deeper than I had wanted it to. I was hoping to throw it shorter, but he kept running, so I was like, well, shit. It probably wasn't a good idea, you know, it worked, but it wasn't a good idea to throw it into tight coverage like that in the goal line. That's, you know, a pickoff in the end zone, that is not much that's more killer than that. Maybe a pickoff in your own end zone, that really sucks. Oh, come on! I know it's Reggie Wayne. It's like you can't win either way. Usually I give up the run plays more so than anything. Alright, there we go. Take him down. Oh, Peyton Manning shrugged him off. I had to come in there and get the sack. That might have been an awesome loss for a sack. Come on, get off. Oh, come on. I thought I let him right into the drones. He went right through them all. Oh, Jesus Christ. So the running game is just as goddamn dangerous as their passing game. I know Adai is good and everything. He was a good running back for the time, but damn, you know, he ripping this shit up. Well, we knew it was gonna be a challenge. We knew we were gonna have a work cut out for us in this game. Nothing is easy, as Jethro Tull once sang. All right, we have time. Yep. Alright, I'm officially going to call it a career with that play. I thought maybe, like, having the draw on that spot would have been good. Oh, I had to come back for it. Still made the catch. He was open, too. That was dangerous to go, to have to come back for it right in the middle of the field with everybody around. Come on, block him, get him the fuck out of my way. Yeah, not much there. Not much there at all. We gotta start moving. We gotta start moving the ball. Oh, God. Everybody's fucking covered again. Alright. Got out of bounds. Stop the clock. "49 seconds. Ugh, that was dangerous. Dance with the devil on that one. Might have time for 2 plays. Or just 1 to tie it up at the half. Well, you know, minus a return of some kind. We've given up some long returns before, but, you know, a touchdown hasn't happened on a kickoff, from what I remember. And yeah, the time's gonna run out. They're not gonna have a chance at a play. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Of course, I had to say it. I had to put it into existence. I had to give the universe an idea. And boy, did they fuck with me on that one. That was... Alright, we're gonna get a short kick here, too. So that, my friends, is why I like to kick off. Well, it's one of the reasons why I like to kick off. To get the... you know, if you can time it right, score at the end of the half. But more importantly, or, you know, or at least maybe not as important, but what definitely was always on my radar when I first started kicking off. I used to do that shit like OG, like in the fucking... Oh, no! That right there is the mistake I did not want to be make right there. So much for the double dip. And now we gotta, you know, trying to drive for the bloody lead. Now we gotta defend. Yeah, I had him. I was right on him. Anyway, what I was gonna say was, I got a shotgun play. Please be the blitz. Please be a blitz. It's a blitz. Yeah, I knew he was gonna fucking get it off, and he makes the catch. Ugh. Gets 8. He gets 8 out of it, son of a fuck. All right. And this is not gonna play. Not the play I called. All right, now and it's a first. Well, first and goal. This is it. You know, it's either field goal or nothing. But I used to kick off at the half, when winning a coin toss, when I was, like, before I even started watching football. Like, it was a Tecmo strategy of mine that I developed early on. The strategy, for me, it was not so much the double dip. It was, I just wanted the ball to start the more important half. This sucks. I don't have, like, the time... And it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. Shit. Yeah, when it's... See, now, it's funny how it's a curse to be that close when you're on offense playing this game, but it's also a curse on defense, because when you're... At least it's a curse when you're playing the position that I played as a defensive back, because at least when, you know, they're throwing long, if you have somebody like Asamoah, who is fast as shit... You can get to the other side of the field before the ball gets there. You know, if you play, even if you're not even dead center, if you're, you know, at least center enough, you can make it happen and get over there in time. But when you're at the goal line, it's like you're on the ball doesn't have much travel time. You can't do that. You pretty much have to be in the right spot, and I was not. He threw it to the one guy I didn't expect too. That was the other thing. I was looking at all three of the guys in the back of the end zone, thinking that's where they were gonna go with it. For all the shit I give Tecmo AI, it's not a complete dumbass. It's really bad with, you know, end of the game clock management. Like, you know, it's to the point where it's worse than Herm Edwards, who needed to hire a time management coach. Nobody had ever done that before him. Oh shit! All right, that's exactly what I needed. I needed to get the ball to him. I mean, I definitely needed to get the ball to somebody, but he was the one that I targeted, and I fucking skipped him when I was cycling through the receivers, and I wasn't sure I was going to get to him. And my God, that would have really just irked the shit out of me if I would have gotten sacked there. God, everybody's covered. Everybody is freaking covered like blankets. Brooks is getting beat up here, too. I gotta get... I'm trailing. I gotta get an extra play here before... Clock runs out. I know it's third quarter, but, like, you know, you want to get the extra plays in, and god damn it, clock. Well, I'm going for it. It's too... Yeah, it's too close to this. Oh, I was hoping to get out of bounds and not let my quarterback take a beating. But here we are. Oh, there they come. Not much of anything. Alright, we got it. Zach Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier. Now... Now, we gotta play D. That fumble really kicked our ass. It set us back. We need a play like that. We need a turnover on this drive. It's what sucks, too, is, like, this is a team that's dangerous on both sides of the ball. Oh, fuck, I got pancaked. or popcorned as they call it in Tecmo. I'm both sides of the ball, both phases of the offense. They're running and passing. It was really just like one big running play that they had. But it was enough. Come on! He is just gonna catch anything. I mean, I've got one of the best cornerbacks in the league on him. And, like, white on rice, and twice he fucking just caught it like it's no big deal. Come on, this is Peyton Manning. The guy's like, he runs like a half a mile an hour. This could be anything. I did call a split backs play. Yes, get him, get him. Don't give him a chance at it. No, what the hell happened? Dallas Clark, really? Oh, shit. I would have been better off letting him score. I mean, we could stop him here, but no, they're going to just kick a fucking field goal. This is just, like, time wasting. All right, let him get in there. You know, if I was ahead by 3 or something, then maybe, you know, you're better off stop. But you need the time. You need to get down there. That's what needs to happen next. That was, like, to the side, but you don't miss kicks in this game. I think that you can if your accuracy is, like, really low enough. And, man, he blasted that shit. The deepest kickoff of Vinatieri's career. Maybe not, but, you know. We got to pull off the John Elway-like drive here. And as much as it pains me to say that as a Raiders fan. Alright, we gotta get an end zone too. We're down 7. No, no! No! Motherfucker! I waited too long. Oh. I had my finger on the button. I hit it like right as he had like an instantaneous dive, like it was a magnet right on him. That is a painful way to go. And it was like, it was so unnecessary too. I really did not need to, like I was acting like as if it was the last play of the game. Like, I needed him to hit the end zone on that play. I really did not. That was a fuck-up. And that sums it up right there, that last play. Oh. There were two bad plays and two bad fumbles that really were the difference. They both led to points. One of them directly with that last fumble, that was totally on me. The first one was a freak fumble, you know, it's just like one of those fumbles that happens. Peyton was, you know, right on the money with everything. 87%. I don't, you know, remember that there were like a couple of completions, I guess, but man, he was on fire. Reggie Wayne was catching the ball with Asamoah right on him. They got 2 turnovers, we got 0. And that is, whenever you're playing the Peyton Manning Colts, or you know, a team with that kind of offensive stature, and you have that turnover differential, you are going to lose basically every time, unless they completely fuck it up. So, damn. That is very unfortunate. I really, I was feeling it on that drive. Like, I was like, I think we can do this. We certainly can. And once, you know, I had that receiver. I had him dialed in. I was like, this guy's gonna be open. I hesitated. The reason behind my hesitation was Brooks has thrown a lot of overthrows this season when I've thrown early. You know, it's like he's throwing where he wants it to go eventually. But if I throw it too early, that's what's going to happen. And he was going deep, so I think I overcompensated. Way overcompensated. I know that it was gut check time. It was like I needed to make a play happen. There wasn't much time left. But it was definitely not a Hail Mary type deal. And I shrugged off the first defender, but they just kept coming one after another. And it was like, fuck. And then, sure enough, that was the end of it. Like, it was not even a sack. It was a sack fumble, a strip sack. And I'm going to probably lament about that whole experience, that whole ending of that game and the end of the season for the rest of this first half. Completely overshadowing the fact that the Rams just scored the first touchdown against this Giants defense, this vaunted Giants defense that's been dismantling all the offenses put in front of it in the playoffs here so far. I don't think, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that they got a shutout and they gave up a field goal in the other game. So that was the first time they gave up a touchdown. This was a game that, I was really hoping to win that first game so that I could enjoy this and just get an eye for who I was going to be playing against. That would have been so nice to have that. Instead, it's like, just a gut punch. We might see Eli versus Peyton. That's what I'm rooting for in this game, is a brother versus brother Super Bowl. We had it with the Harbaughs. Maybe, we can get it with the Mannings. So, it was the matchup of this game is to watch is the Rams offense versus the Giants defense. And, giving them a short field, not a short field, but giving them good field position to start is not a good idea for the from a Giants perspective. When, especially since they did what they did in that first drive. Well, that was a nice play right there. I don't like those flat plays. The only time I would ever actually complete one of those or attempt to complete one of those is if there is nobody on that side of the field. Like, nobody that's going to come in and fuck that up. There needs to be space. So, there you have it. The first quarter, well, it's not over yet. Alright, second quarter now beginning. Eli on the gun. He's got some options. He goes to Plexico. So it will either be... Well, there's, there's another bit of history with the Colts-Giants Super Bowl. It wouldn't just be a battle of the Mannings. It would also be a rematch of the greatest game ever played. Not literally, but that's the name of it. Because it was probably the most important game ever played. It was the 1958 NFL Championship between the New York Giants and the Baltimore Colts. Where it was the first sudden death game. It was for the championship. I already said that. And there's a touchdown for the Giants. And it was what, it jump-started the popularity of the NFL. It was very obscure before that. more or less. And that was what got it going. That's what, you know, got people a lot more interested. It was because it was so freaking compelling seeing this, like, you know, winner take all, next score wins situation. And of course, it wasn't like everybody knew that it was going to go into overtime or anything like that. I mean, it was, you know, there were a lot of people watching it before the game went into overtime. But the fact that it did go into overtime led to the excitement level. There were people were talking about it. It wasn't just this little interesting activity that you'd see and then you'd go, you know, about your business. I'm not sure, like, you know, I guess water cooler talk, early water cooler talk. That game was. So the Rams have just tied up the game pending the extra point. And the extra point is indeed good, and we will have the Giants attempting to take the lead prior to the half. They've got, you know, the full, just like we did on that last game, that last drive, well, second to last drive, the one that actually meant something. You know, going from the full length of the field, basically, and that was a huge fucking run. To not only get out of, like, way back in the shadow of your own goalpost, but also, like, basically to midfield. He went to the wrong guy. He went to Toomer. Toomer did have a step, though. I thought he was going to be more covered than that, but, Plexico, I'm guessing, was the receiver on the other side, although I've seen him line up in random spots on some of these formations. He was open down the other end of the sideline, and now, you know, you're not going to have time for a field goal. You have to throw a Hail Mary. Or just run a fucking draw up the middle. And they're going to punt it, too, like morons. Yep, see, you know, I give the Tecmo AI a pat on the back and say, hey, they're not all bad, and, you know, they're going to just display the stupidity that is the Tecmo AI. You have 3 seconds. So, at least take a fucking shot at the end zone. Well, good game here in this NFC Championship so far. Both teams scored a touchdown in each of the first 2 quarters, which is where we're at right now, 14-14. No, you know, huge mistakes or anything like that. Like, no fumbles. Man, that was the worst cough on command I've ever fucking heard or performed in my life. Well, the Giants won't have as long of a field on this drive as they did on the last one, but they will throw an interception. So, right, you know, first play from scrimmage after saying that nobody's made the big mistake, the Giants said, oh, you know what? Hold my beer. I will go and make a huge mistake that will, you know, not only end up turning the ball over, but lead on the very next play to the Rams getting into the red zone. I almost called them the Saints because these colors are fucking stupid. And then Torrey Holt, he's going to take it into the end zone. Well, actually, there was a giant behind in the end zone inexplicably. And it is, the Rams take the lead right back. So, Mark Bulger hoping to get to the Super Bowl. They need to play D. They need another, you know, they need to cause another Eli fuck-up. But Ward is going to take this return, and he is going to go all the way to the end zone with it. So Eli didn't have to do shit. Special teams touchdown, you don't see that very often. So, I guess they returned the favor. The defense scored a touchdown, and the Giants defense, Giants special team scored a touchdown. So, they've been... Well, I take it back. The Rams did not score on the turnover, but their turnover led the points. And, man, what a catch that was. He was well covered. 2:24 left in the third. Tie game. Bulger going deep to Holt. And right on the money. Him and... so Reggie Wayne has the same, you know, Stickum syndrome. Where they must be wearing Stickum on their hands like this is the 1970s. And Antonio Pierce, who would go on to coach the Raiders, have a rough go at it. Which is unfortunate. I really liked him. But he was, you know, he was inexperienced, but he was also on a really shitty team. You know, he lit a fire under their ass after they got rid of McDumbass. But then, you know, they drafted Brock Bowers, but then, you know, what else did they do? They still don't have a quarterback, didn't have a quarterback, and it was rough, and it did not improve anything by hiring a coach with a much better pedigree, including a Super Bowl and national championship on his resume. That team sucks, and it doesn't matter which coach you put in there. So I think that really vindicates Antonio Pierce in that he was not the problem, despite, you know, some of his questionable decisions. He was not the issue. Front office is the issue. Yeah, the coaching wasn't great, but it wasn't like he was the one that fucked up. It's been bad since, well, it's been bad for decades, with some exceptions and flashes here and there. Anyway, I just went on throughout the whole fucking third quarter about my team. It's part of it is the fact that I just lost the AFC Championship too, like, as my team. Like, this was, I was, you know, I really wanted to bring a title home to my team, even in in Tecmo Super Bowl, as some kind of, not, you know, coping mechanism or whatever. But Rams are looking to put this game away. They could if they can get me end zone on this drive, and Steven Jackson wants to do it on this play. He does take it into Giants territory. Giants need to make a stop. They need to, you know, they can't do anything more than give up a field goal. And that is a first down. Threw over the hands of the defender who was trying to knock it down. It was a good idea, but it didn't work out. And, oh man. Catches it in stride with a guy right on his back. Giants, you know, they called the play correctly there. 3rd down and 2. They can get another blitz, and they do. And now they're gonna do it. They're gonna hold the Rams to a field goal. They really didn't need to call that timeout because the Rams stopped the clock immediately after, or would have stopped the clock immediately thereafter when they called their field goal play. And they do push it through. It's 27-21. And here we go. This is time for Eli to clutch up. This is him in the playoffs, you know, to a T. Hands it off to Tiki, who gets the first. He's going to get more. The 30 to 25, they're at the 20-yard line. And there's actually quite a bit of time. There's enough time for the Rams to get the ball back if the Giants do score. Unless they really, you know, methodically drive down here, and they're calling timeout. So, you know, no, they're not. But, you know, they could, well, they're gonna score right here. No, they're not! It's first down, and that might have been a mistake, because it's the 1 fucking yard line. Alright, so there's the touchdown. The Rams will get the ball. The Giants have the lead by 1. That was, you know, I said Eli needed to clutch up, and even though Tiki did most of the work on that drive, he was the MVP of that drive for sure. And Eli had nothing to do with that last touchdown. That was a special teams play. At the same time, you're up by 1. So the Rams have plenty of time to get into field goal range here. And that's all they need to do. They're down 1. And it's picked. So that's it. Well, you know, they're not going to kneel on the ball here. They need to run plays, and a fumble can just completely short-circuit everything. They pitch it over to Finn, and, you know, that whole shotgun draw thing doesn't work with anybody, it seems. Yeah, they want to give the Rams a couple more plays. Let's throw it right to a defender. Just take the sack. You know, or throw a touchdown pass to Jeremy Shockey. You know, that works too. So that seals it right there. The Giants will move on to the Super Bowl, and they will play against the Colts. It will be brother versus brother. Champion versus champion. Archie will have... Archie will have, you know, a beautiful nightmare where he knows one of his sons is going to walk out with a Super Bowl ring, but he also knows that another one will not. Steven Jackson was player of the game with 104 yards, but they did not win. Tiki did most of his heavy lifting in that last drive. But, you know, if that's what happens and you only come out and show up when it counts the most, you can't complain about that too much. Giants win 35-27. And they will be the NFC champions. There it is again. You know, it's as cool as it is to see this matchup, I really wanted to... I wanted to win, and I wanted to play against these guys. I wanted to see, you know, go up against that defense. And, yeah, like I thought, 0 points for the Cowboys and 3 points for the Eagles. They shut down Romo, McNabb, Terrell Owens, all those guys. But the greatest show on turf wasn't at peak greatest show on turf, but there was still some of that left in the Rams here and there. I think by 06 it was that pedal was off the rose, but whatever. This is what it is, and in this particular season, the Rams did well with that offense and almost beat the Giants, who, you know, they didn't have that amazing performance like they did in the other playoff games, but it was some great action. That was a very entertaining NFC title game. Very disappointed in the outcome of my game, of course, and particularly the last play where I fucked up royally. That's one of those things that just eats at you all off season. So I will next week simulate the brother versus brother matchup of Colts versus Giants, Eli versus Peyton, Manning versus Manning. That is the end of that. One more game, the Super Bowl, and then I'll be taking a break from Tecmo and all the other weekday shows for an off-season break, recalibrate, reconfigure, all that good stuff. So, next week, it's the big one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.